What happens when Ukraine's plans collapse before they even begin? A convoy meant to deliver drones instead turned into a Russian trophy. Western carriers abandoned. Depots deserted. Machines left behind in flames. Proof once again that every move Kyiv makes only clears the path to its next defeat. Keep your eyes on the story. Late September marked yet another failure in Ukraine's strategy. In a special operation, Russian units intercepted a Ukrainian tactical vehicle that was carrying a container filled with FPV drones intended for strikes against the Krasnodar region. The vehicle was not just a means of transport, it stood as proof of Kyiv's persistent attempts to expand attacks on civilian and vital infrastructure inside Russia. Yet instead of delivering destruction, the vehicle fell into Russian hands. With this single move, Ukraine's plan collapsed, and rather than posing a threat, the equipment became a battlefield trophy. This operation once again underscored that every offensive attempt by Kyiv only opens a new path toward its next defeat. The day before, in Novoivanovka, Dnepropetrovsk region, Russian forces continued the liberation of villages one by one. In their hasty withdrawal, Ukrainian troops left behind depots of weapons, ammunition, and foreign equipment. Near a forest line, 2 American-made M113 armored personnel carriers were found parked and deserted, abandoned by crews attempting to rotate. Pressured by advancing forces and unable to hold their ground, they chose to retreat, leaving behind clear evidence that Western aid is no guarantee of victory. The captured hardware was quickly secured, inspected by specialists, and prepared for display in the Military Trophy Museum. Each vehicle now becoming part of that collection is not mere scrap metal, but a silent witness to NATO's failed strategy on Ukrainian soil. Just days earlier, images from the front lines painted an undeniable picture: a graveyard of Ukrainian armored vehicles. Rows of destroyed M113s and other units lay burnt out, abandoned, or shattered after clashes with Russian artillery and drones. These photographs are not just war documentation, but tangible proof of how quickly foreign-supplied equipment, delivered with great fanfare, turns into wreckage. Every carcass left behind sends a clear message to Western suppliers. Their technology cannot withstand the precision of Russian systems or the resolve of troops fighting at the front. Prior to September 21st, Russian FPV drones once again showcased the precision that keeps dismantling the illusion of enemy superiority. In a joint operation by the 36th Motorized Rifle Brigade, the 657th Separate Anti-Tank Artillery Battalion, and the 14th Separate Reconnaissance Battalion, a Ukrainian M113 was struck in the Dnepropetrovsk region. The explosion tore through the vehicle in seconds, leaving only twisted wreckage as evidence. For the Ukrainian crew, there was no chance of survival. For Russian forces, it was proof that the FPV network now functions as a single machine, striking with perfect coordination. The moment reinforced Kyiv's bitter reality. Even American-made armored carriers cannot last more than a few minutes once detected by Russia's electronic eyes. On the same day, Russia's Rubikon UAV teams launched a strike that added to Ukraine's growing list of losses. In one series of attacks, the Rubikon's drones targeted a T-72 tank, a US-made M113 armored personnel carrier, and other Ukrainian hardware in the Special Military Operation Zone. Each target was hit with precision, leaving no room for response. The combination of smart reconnaissance and direct strikes demonstrated just how advanced Russia's integration of technology has become. The Rubikon unit has proven themselves that they are not just as eyes in the sky, but as the hand delivering swift punishment to every exposed target. For Ukraine, the day ended in double devastation. FPV drones cutting down one flank, while Rubikon UAVs crushed the rest. Why is it that Russian UAVs can so effortlessly tear apart Western vehicles, the very machines once hailed as invincible? The answer lies in the synergy of precision, adaptability, and doctrine. Unlike their Ukrainian counterparts, who often rely on hurriedly supplied equipment from various NATO stockpiles, Russian UAV units are built into the very structure of operations. Each drone is not a separate tool, but part of a wider system. Scouts, strikers, artillery observers, all connected in real time. When a Western-supplied M113 or a T-72 surfaces, it is instantly identified, tracked, and targeted. There is no time for maneuver, no window for escape. Another factor is the evolution of Russian drone warfare. FPVs, Lancets, along with the Rubikon unit, all are continuously adapted on the battlefield. Each day brings new modifications in payload, speed, and range. Western suppliers deliver standardized equipment designed for one type of battle. Russian engineers, by contrast, adapt daily to the battlefield's reality. This flexibility has turned even small, inexpensive drones into tank killers capable of punching through armor that NATO once deemed sufficient. The terrain itself also works against Ukraine. Wide open fields, flat industrial zones, and shattered towns stripped of cover-leave foreign vehicles exposed. In such conditions, an M113 once built for mobility in distant wars becomes an easy silhouette against Russian optics. With UAVs hovering above, every attempt at redeployment is spotted, and within minutes, firepower follows. Finally, there is morale. Crews inside Ukrainian vehicles know what waits for them once a Russian drone locks on. They have seen convoy after convoy obliterated in fireballs. The psychological weight of this knowledge often forces them to abandon equipment even before the first strike lands. Thus, Western vehicles are not destroyed only by explosives. They are undone by fear, by the certainty that Russian UAVs will not miss. This is why each Western machine, whether paraded as game-changing or invincible, so often ends up as a smoldering husk, or worse, a prize hauled to Russia's trophy museums. In the skies above Ukraine, UAVs have become the silent arbiters of survival, and Russia has mastered their own battlefield. So, that's today's wrap-up. Thanks for watching.